Welcome back, guys, to part 2 of the questions and the answers. My goodness, you guys have given me even more questions since yesterday. Yes, I'm trying to do the videos daily and kind of figure out. And I don't know how I'm going to keep up, or how many parts this is, or how long each video is going to be. I was planning for only 10 minutes, but the last one was 26. Who knows how long this one will be, but apart from the introduction, which I don't need to do, follow on from part 1 if you need that. We are onwards with more questions straight away. Olis, can you please play Batman Arkham Origins? Origins? I said that very wrong, but I have actually got Batman Arkham City and Batman Arkham Asylum, and I did very much enjoy playing both games, but for some reason Arkham Origins just passed me by. I haven't played it, I haven't bought it, I no real intent to do either, funnily enough. It's just one of those games I think not to let's play. And this is going to seed into many other questions, like right underneath that one. Are there any game genres you don't like, and therefore wouldn't be interested in let's play? It's not a game genre I don't like, and it might also stop people asking for that kind of let's play. Okay, I doubt that will ever happen. But still, it's not like it's a genre I don't like. I'm trying to stick clear of 18 rated games or whatnot anymore. Of course, in some games there are strong language, like Mass Effect and all that jazz. And this goes into one of the other questions I'm pretty sure I read about why I haven't done the DLC, Dishonored DLC. And the reason for that is pretty much that. I like to be a bit more family friendly. I like to not swear, apart from, the words that are considered more strongly across the pond or in other countries than they are in England, like damn and hell. I mean, it's a cultural thing, and I can't stop saying, these ones which are just kind of, negative, but not, means as strong things as it means in somewhere else. But yeah, I try not to swear and with any proper swear words, and I like being family friendly. I've had many messages, personal private messages, not like comments on videos, I've had messages from orphanages saying they let their kids in care or something like that watch my videos because they know they'll be safe, there's something to do, it's good. I had mothers message me saying they watch their stuff with their kids or dads and that they appreciate that I don't do that. So I kind of like not doing that. I mean, there's not really much of a reason to swear. Saying that, I put Call of Duty on and I start swearing. It's just natural, I guess, for that kind of game, whereas I can turn that off completely when I do Let's Play, which I like quite a bit. It seems to be one of the things I can turn off. But yeah, it's one of the reasons I don't like doing rated R games. Or rated R? Is it rated R? I don't know. Whatever. Rated 18 and all that. So that's why I don't do, I think another question was Resident Evil games. Even though I do like Resident Evil games, I have played a fair few. I played the remake Resident Evil 1, and this is one of the reasons why I probably couldn't do a Let's Play of it. My little brother was having a birthday, and they of course wanted to know what the older kid in the house was playing, and all their friends round. So they all came in, and I let them in to watch me play Resident Evil 1 it was a remake when I was out in where the plant boss is, and all that area. I think it's just before you go in and you fight lurkers for the first time. The first one I ever saw ripped my head off, and I was like, what? Didn't even get to see it before it ripped my head off. I was like, yeah, cheers. It's very nice, fair, thank you, fair game. It came with the grenade launcher next time, get rid of you! But yeah, I had to have them in to give me the Dutch courage, well, if these kids aren't scared, then I shouldn't be scared and should get through of it. I'm not very good with games like that, so people I think have wanted to know if I should play, Outlast and Amnesia and all that, and it's one of the reasons why I didn't play Minecraft, is I don't want to jump on a bandwagon too much. I mean, there are a lot of videos out there for people doing Amnesia and Outlast, and I don't want to add to the screams and whatnot, because mine would probably be very genuine-ish, because there are people out there that do the videos and they ham it up a bit for entertainment purposes, because that's what you do, it's just YouTube. But I don't really want to be part of that in some senses. I stay clear of horror games. There's not games that I like games with a deep story and not so much the jump scares of Doom and relying on a mechanism such as that. Needless to say, there are enough jump scares in Zelda that you get to hear me act like all the time anyway, so do you need me to play horror games? But yeah, games like sports games, like FIFA and that, I've got FIFAs. I even did the face cam thing where you take a picture of yourself and put yourself on a footballer. I even did that. I've got Mario rated games. Mario rated? Rated M for Mario. I don't know, Mario Power Tennis, Mario Strikers Charge, those kind of sport game add-ons. Apart from that, I don't really see myself doing them. Racing games are really not fun. I don't enjoy them. I enjoyed F-Zero X on the GameCube. Game like that, where you're smashing people against the side. Those ones are kind of fun. Fighting games, beat 'em ups, not exactly my cup of tea either. Of course, I said I enjoyed Primal Fury, Blood and Roar, but a lot of the stuff where it's just block and really slow moves don't really get me excited. Being able to interact and block every attack if I've got good timing on stuff, and then being able to counter like that with a 30-hit combo. I like that. I like that a lot. But still, let's move on with actual more questions. I think that encompasses tons of questions there. Question, will you do the Tales games? I've already done one. I plan to do another with Becca in the future. And the other ones I know, like Symphonia's getting HD re-releases and whatnot. I try to, I want to, but then I'm just still a bit, because of course, Tales of Xillia Episode 2 is being completely muted now, and I'm wondering if Namco Bandai are a bit not liking Let's Players or not. It's, again, one of those copyright things. I've just got to be careful at this point in time, and through January, I guess things will be felt out, and hopefully one time in the future, my network will actually get round to talking to me, because that'd be nice. Honestly. Alright, okay, is there any chance of you doing a Let's Play of Jak and Daxter trilogy? I think, did I already touch on this question or something like that? Oh my god, they haven't reordered themselves, have they? Oh no, that would be terrible, I was going by the same order. Jak and Daxter trilogy are owned by Naughty Dog, and Naughty Dog do not like YouTubers. That's a statement I'm pretty sure I've read somewhere, even though there are, of course, Last of Us Let's Plays and whatnot. They don't really appreciate it that much. So I'm trying to steer clear of them. We have the whole trilogy here as well. We actually own that. I bought that for Becca as a present as well. So, yeah, we do own it. It's just played. Do you plan to do Final Fantasy X and X-2? I touched on that a little bit. Again, it's finding out if Square Enix are alright or not. I'm trying to contact someone about that at the moment. Okay, I vote to see more of your face. I'm not a stalker. Why did you have to give that? But yeah, I guess you've seen enough of my face, and I know I'm pretty not very good at doing vlogs and all that. I kind of postpone it and put it off, and I've always been planning to do a mail show where I address you guys each week with my mug and, you know, give recaps on videos, do a little bit of a mailbag, that kind of thing. I really need to get my proverbial finger out of a proverbial place and do it. But I haven't been, and I know I need to interact with you guys more in this kind of basis. I really do. And hopefully this week goes a long way towards it. It's been a long time since the proper Q&A, after all. Want to know if you've seen any gameplay of Final Fantasy XIII Free? If so, what do you think of the battle system etc? The battle system looks good, but if you really think about it that much, we've seen it before, because Final Fantasy XIII 2 DLC, the one video that's been blocked worldwide of mine, where Lightning's fighting Caius, it's the same kind of thing going on there a little bit. It is essentially, instead of 3 characters, it's 3 roles, so it's literally the same as the other ones, if you think about it. It's just cut down 1 character model. I do like the fact that this stuff's real time, and I do like the fact that you can block very muchly. The outer thing out of the battle systems, the new kind of like Assassin's Creed-y kind of thing about it, not that interested in me, the jumping around and all that. I kind of like staying on the ground. I do like a little bit of jump, but climbing and scaling stuff, not exactly my cup of tea. I think someone asked if I played the Assassin's Creed series. I have played Assassin's Creed 1, and I have played Assassin's Creed 2. And then I lost complete interest in the series because they weren't taking it on forward with the... Well, they started doing spin-off titles for a start. And then they weren't taking it forward with the main character story, the guy strapped in the chair, who I can't remember his name now. For some reason my mind says Dominic, but I'm probably completely wrong. But I wanted his story to go on further, because at the end of Assassin's Creed 2, it was like, oh my goodness, end of the world is coming, or something like that. And that was interesting. And then, but since then there's been a ton more assassins in different eras, and I'd just rather have a game with him now, and like get the storyline over with in some senses. I don't know. That's kind of where I'd go, but yeah. Louis Jupp, your first line is R-rated. What on earth? I'm just going to move on from you. No, just kidding. Anyway, have you played any Metroid games? If so, which one's your favourite, and would you ever do any Let's Plays of them? That was a weird noise. I do own them. I have played Metroid games. I played Metroid Prime 3 at the very least. If I own Metroid Prime 2 or not, I will confirm that in a second. No. For some reason I didn't play that one. I played the Wii one, and I know they were remastered so they were properly using Wii controls, because the series started off the GameCube. And I also do own one of the old ones on Wii U, just because I mess around with it on the gamepad for a bit, really. Yeah, I do own them, but I think Metroid is one of those things where it should be tackled by an experienced member of that kind of game genre player. Someone who's played all the Metroids and knows all the secrets and knows all the cool routes and knows all that and that. Because these games, they are kind of hard and they are kind of very collectible orientated. These Metroidvania types games. I was thinking of doing Castlevania Harmony of... No, not Harmony of Despair. That's the game I have done. Symphony of the Night, for example, and do stuff like that. But they're very kind of... If you don't have your foreknowledge or your previous knowledge, or you're using a walkthrough, or you're not doing it blind, it's very hard to do justice for the game. And I know I do lots of my Let's Plays blind, and I don't do them with walkthroughs and all that jazz, and I just try to look. And what I use for a walkthrough is basically your guys' input and your guys' comments, which I always appreciate, and I feel it gives you interaction with the Let's Play, which makes it a properly Let's Play, like we play, rather than just, I'm playing a game, watch me. In some senses, you guys get to have some input and help me out, go places, it's good. And even if I might not say, like, oh, you guys help me out with that, it's some of the time it's you guys saying, hey, go there, do that. And then I go, oh, what's there then? I like it when you do it less spoiler-free as well, like, oh, you should really go over there, there's something really nice. So I have to find it out for myself, that's kind of cool. But I've kind of deviated. I do like the Metroid games, I just think, kind of like with Pokemon, that someone experienced does it better justice, someone more involved with the series. I don't know what you thought about my Pokemon Y Let's Play, I hope you did enjoy it. But I felt that it was one of the Let's Plays I've let myself down the most on, because of my lacking knowledge over a decade of Pokemon games, or several generations. 400 Pokemon, like, popped out of the woodwork in those times, and all type advantages, disadvantages changed a little bit, and there were all the new moves and all the new mechanics, and I was complete enough. So I was hoping that you guys liked seeing it from the eyes of a noob again, as it were, rather than, because a lot of you guys were serious Poke fans, and a lot of you were getting quite frustrated with my typing things, not knowing things off by bat. There's still Pokemon now that you'd probably pop up in the wild, and I'd be like, who are you? And then I wouldn't know their typing, so it's kind of like, this is why I'm going to play online, by the way, with the better IV Pokemon, because I'm expecting you guys to throw out something like, I'm just like, well, I don't even know what that is! How can I counter it? What moves does it have? I don't know! That's what I'm expecting to happen, really. So yeah, I think it's one of those things that are more experienced with the genre and the game Let's Play should cover, more not me. I know you guys probably like to see me do blind Let's Plays and bumble around, though. Yes. Right then. I love your Zelda the Wind Waker was the best, could you do it again? I've already covered that. It's literally the same story, so covering it again is a bit of a task, isn't it? Are you going to be doing Hyrule Warriors when it releases? Covered that a little bit. Maybe, maybe not. It depends how it shapes up. At the moment, with just an announcement, you can't say if it's going to be any good. And if it's going to be one of those games consigned to the bin and kept away from the Zelda series like the fans disown it completely. You don't know how that'll be yet. Question. Play Paper Mario Sticker Star. That's not a question, that's a demand. Potentially in the future, though. I think, what was it? Is it Superstar Saga or something like that? Or like these Mario Brothers games with like Bowser's Inside Story? They look more interesting than Paper Mario Sticker Star, gotta say. Okay, what would you rank Zelda Twilight Princess, a 1 or a 10? So I can either rank it a 1 or a 10? Do you mean like out of 1 out of 10 or out of 10? Well, if it's a 1 or a 10, it would be a 10. But as I said, it's not my favourite Zelda game. Skyward Sword just for the control method, making you feel more like Link, more in the character, more doing the stuff. That's my favourite so far. I like the art style as well. I like pretty much all about that game, more or less. Apart from that one game-breaking glitch that got through that I did dodge. Right, what is your favourite game that you've played so far? Ever? My stock answer for that is always Lilac Wars, because it's the only game I've completed over triple figures. Favourite game of all time, though? Honest to goodness, it depends on the section of my life I'm in. I mean, there's game series I love and I will always pick up. For example, when World of Warcraft was out, I would only play World of Warcraft, and when well, when Call of Duty, when I got into that off Modern Warfare 2, I stuck with that up until Modern Warfare 3 came out. And very much enjoyed Black Ops, played that solidly for a year. So they get me, but I can't really say what was my favourite game that they played so far. Stock answer is Lilac Wars all the way, just because I want another Star Fox game. I mean, I completed that 100 times through, even if it is kind of short. I like that kind of shooty. It was good. Ooh, I like it. Right. What advice would you give to someone who's starting to do Let's Plays on their own? I think I've already touched on that a little bit, but it's just basically do it for yourself. Start up, and don't expect too much straight off the bat. It takes a long time to work to even a little sub amount, and even a little sub amount above that, and reach any landmarks at all. Some people get lucky. YouTube is a thing about getting lucky and getting your videos out there and exposed, and sometimes you just don't. And that's how it is. 25k subs after I don't know how long I've been doing it. I'd say I'm not one of the lucky ones, but I'm a bit more lucky than most, in some senses. But okay, moving on from that. Can you do the Persona series? I've not played a single one. I've heard of it. I've heard it's incredibly hard. And yeah, I don't think I have PSP recording functionality. I don't know how that works. How many Persona games are out on main consoles? That's a question in itself. I have questioned you, Risu666. You have been questioned. Right. I have a question. Are you going to make a Let's Play for the new Zelda game coming out this year? Again, Hyrule Warriors. Maybe. Dunno. There's some overlapping questions here. When will you start Spirit Tracks and Phantom Hourglass? When the people who do my stuff show up online. I'm worrying about it, but my earliest indication is probably next Saturday at this rate. I'm hoping, maybe thinking about starting another series before then of something else, but we'll see. Right, that's basically, I can't give you a definite, but probably next week. Hey Oliz, I've been subscribed since I've scored. Okay. So my question is, when you first made that Let's Play, did you ever think that you'd still be doing YouTube videos? I didn't mean to say okay, by the way, to you being subscribed since I've scored. That's a good thing. It's just I was like, ooh, what's the rest of the question? That's why, okay, read. So my question is, when you first made that Let's Play, did you ever think that you'd still be doing YouTube videos? I didn't think that I wouldn't be. I didn't think that I would. Let's put it that way. That was when I was giving up somewhat on what I was doing at the time, the Call of Duty videos, and thinking, well, I was putting in a lot, well, with Black Ops 1 I put in a lot of efforts to make the videos, if you ever seen any of my Black Ops 1 videos, and the videos that were just the normal old, no effort, kind of just recording the gameplay and talk over it were doing way better, so that was demoralising. And then they kind of took out theatre mode or made it kind of rubbish, and Modern Warfare 3 was terrible, so I went away from it and just started doing what I wanted to do for fun. Not that I didn't like playing Call of Duty, but I didn't want to play Modern Warfare 3, I can tell you that. So, yeah, I didn't really think I'd still be doing it, but then I didn't think that I wouldn't be doing it either, if that makes any sense whatsoever. I didn't have future plans to be doing Let's Plays for, what is it? Is it over a year, 2 years? See, look, I lost track. That's basically my answer to the question. Right. This is a big one. I noticed you were discussing a lot of issues recently with copyright issues with the YouTubers uploading any content. Have you personally been given a major warning regarding your Let's Plays? I haven't got a copyright strike. If I had, I wouldn't be here anymore. So, yeah, you'll know when some major warning has been given. I have 100 third-party strikes, 1 blocked worldwide video, 1 blocked in Germany, strangely enough, for the Leona Lewis song My Hands at the end of Final Fantasy XIII, and oh yeah, the Tells video muted completely. No, I don't know what you consider their major warnings. There is some process for that stuff, but they can hold on to the video for a month, the rights to it, and most of the time it's not thingy. I'm just sitting on it at the moment, trying to get in contact with my network, but of course it's been the Christmas period, and yeah, I won't actually say any more on that bit, because some of it's negativity. But yeah, I'm sort of surprised that Square Enix is starting to crack down on Let's Plays, because I know they go after OSTs, but that's it. Since it looks like Nintendo seems lenient with uploading content, maybe you could do some other Nintendo franchises like Metroid, Mario, and Kirby. So anyone who doesn't know much about this situation currently, the copyright situ. Lately the Content ID was kicked up again because of an argument between one MCN, which is like a partner network, I think it might be Maker Studios, but I'm not sure. It might be in Full Screen. Not any of the ones that I'm affiliated with, but regarding music, not games. But because of that, they started kicking out their Content ID robots, so there's no person involved, and that started going through all the videos and started flagging them. So it wasn't a game developer's fault at that time. But the game developers had kind of put their stuff in there in the first place, and then even if since then they've decided that they don't want to flag videos, videos were being flagged. So it was very much YouTube's fault for running a robotic system with no personal person presiding over it at all. But your judgment that Nintendo seems lenient with uploading is wrong, because they are actually the hardest ones on YouTubers at this point in time. Even if it wasn't their fault for what's been happening recently in December, they are probably one of the games companies that least likes the YouTubers as a whole. It's really sad to say, because like, I love Nintendo. I love a lot of their standalone games that they come out. Not so much their third-party stuff, because third-party they're having troubles and all that, but you know, the Zeldas, the Paper Marios, the stuff like that is golden and brilliant. There's still some of the greatest games that come out and around. I love Nintendo as a company. I grew up playing their games. I grew up playing Sega games and all that. So it's kind of one of those things where I'm not too like, oh, Nintendo, I hate you. I don't think that at all. It's just business, and it's out of my control and out of my scope. So I don't blame them or anything, but they are actually one of the harder ones for it. It seems Square Enix are on the second hardest things, and they're both companies that I love and I play their games from, which is so... I don't hate them, but it's also so disappointingly crushing as a fan. It's their content, it's their IP, it's their right. I can't argue with that so much. All I can say is that I'm providing advertisement that a lot of you have bought games because I've done their games, and have said to me that you've bought the game and you wouldn't have bought it otherwise if I hadn't played the game. And there's a lot of YouTubers out there with that kind of thing, and people have bought consoles to play games that they've seen on YouTube Let's Plays, and the monetary flow that kind of goes from that is ridiculous, and they make more money than we take by playing their games and IP. We make more sales for them than they lose sales from people watching the Let's Play. And I'm pretty sure of that. Of course, there's never going to be any actual statistic for that. It's just one of those things. So that's basically a gist of the situation. In December, the Content ID, it was entirely YouTube's fault, but these game developers have put their stuff in there in the first place to be done. So they've wanted to kill YouTube, stop YouTubers doing it at some point or other. It may not necessarily be their current view, because they may have then went, wait a second, look at these games like Minecraft and all these games like Terraria and this Amnesia and Outlast and games like that, yeah? These indie games that all of a sudden have gotten really big, sold tons, like DayZ. Because, pretty much, solely because, not just because their games were good, but solely because the exposure and advertisement given to them freely without them having to pay by YouTubers. And some companies go, oh, wait a second, that's really good. We like that. Some are a bit behind the times. Basically, a lot of American devs are a lot better with it, you know, a lot of Western ones. A lot of the Japanese, because it's not a thing over there, you know, YouTube over here is more of a Western thing. Of course, there are Japanese on YouTube, and there are Japanese games companies who do their own YouTube stuff and all that. But it's kind of a different business ethos between the West and the East, I'd put it as. So it's a complicated issue. It really is, and hopefully we're looking for some kind of resolvement, or whatever word that is. And hopefully, what I'm praying is that my network can offer me some kind of protection, which is what every YouTuber thought originally when they got with a network. Not necessarily, I mean, I wouldn't say I necessarily got with, well, when I was offered a partnership, when I got a partnership, I wanted to post on the main channels of Machinima. I really did. That's the network I'm in. I think someone questioned that. I'm with Machinima. I really wanted to post up videos on there rather than what was going up on there. I thought I could provide something, but they didn't really want me on their main channels. Oh well, what can you do? I wasn't providing something that was all that different, even if I was putting in more work into it in my mind. So, sore issue aside, cry, all that, go bye-bye. But I wasn't really signing up just like for, oh okay, there's a monetary benefit. When I got partnership, I would be earning like £5 a month. Whoop-de-doo. It was for the protection that a network could offer. That supposedly there was like silent agreements, maybe not like contracts on paper, written down stuff that could protect you from this kind of things. And over the years, I've kind of realised that that's completely not there. So it's kind of one of those things where I'm hoping that this kind of thing makes networks actually get more into talking to the developers and maybe sorts things out. But yeah, that's 5 minutes covering an issue that I really didn't want to cover. But yeah, what are your top 5 favourite Final Fantasy games? Let's do a couple more questions before it's over. We're already at 25 minutes again, goodness me. Top 5 Final Fantasy games. 9. 8, 9. 6 is the critically acclaimed one. Of course, I really do like the 13 series, and then probably 7 actually comes below them. Yes, I just said that 7 for me is below 13. That's just personal taste, because I like the overarching story. I like how long the Final Fantasy 13 series is going. That gets me. I love DVD series that are like, here's 10 series in a DVD box of an old series. I'm like, yes! Here's one series of a currently going one, so you have to wait each week. I'm like, no! Get gone! I've just started watching Breaking Bad because it's over now, and therefore I can watch it all in one segment. That's what I want to do. That's how I do. That's how my mind rolls. That's why I played World of Warcraft for 4 years, because it never ended. I like that kind of thing. It works in my mind. So that's why 13 gets ranked higher than 7. I know that sounds really weird. I love 8. I love the romanticness of it all and all that jazz. 9 is brilliant. 6 is brilliant. You can't really go against those ones. 7 is the fan favourite, but it's not mine. It just isn't. I really do like it as a game. I'm not saying it's really that much worse than the other ones to really make it lower. It's just there are reasons here and reasons there. I like 8 so much, and I like 9 so much that it puts it above 7 for me. So yeah. Whew. And then lots more Zelda questions along the lines of which is my favourite one, which of course is Skyward Sword, just because of the combat system. Can you do like a Meld Time with others? Aha, that was the person who asked. I really need to do it. I really do. I really, really do. Have you considered ever playing Minecraft? I have played Minecraft. I have made videos of Minecraft. I've already said that. It's cool. Covered questions. These are the kind of good things. Right. Whew. We're going to end it here for this part and deal with even more questions tomorrow. Yes, it never ends. I hope you guys got an endless slew of information, didn't get bored witless, and I'll see you for the next time. Bye-bye. Gotta catch my breath now.